next individual who we're recognizing today is an 18-year veteran of the New York City Police Department. He personifies, professionalism. Very dedicated individual. Very good-looking young man. Ladies, he's married. But Sergeant Hughes been designated as a Sergeant of the Year. So he's assigned to our FIO position. Sergeant. So Sergeant Hughes joined the NYPD in August of 1998. He began his career in the 50 Precinct after completing the police academy. After 8 years of his tenure in the 50 Precinct, he was promoted to sergeant, in which he was assigned to the 49 Precinct. He has held a multitude of positions while assigned to be a 49 Precinct patrol supervisor, anti-crime supervisor, grand larceny unit supervisor, and he's currently holding the position of a field intelligence officer. He is directly responsible for keeping his finger on the pulse of the community and sharing information to the detectives as well as the patrol units in the field. Last year, Sergeant Hughes and his officers assigned to him and his unit were able to recover 21 guns and a multitude of arrests. I couldn't present to you a more professional individual, a more dedicated individual. It is a pleasure to come to work. I look forward to seeing him every day. He's a breath of fresh air, and he's truly, truly, truly committed. And what we're trying to do our best is to have the department recognize him, to have him receive a promotion where he will receive lieutenant pay. Please help me and pray on him.
Captain Walter for everything he's done for the precinct as well as myself. Also all the men and women I've worked with for the last 10 years in this precinct. A lot of what I do comes through the officers you see that are recognized today, particularly Detective Canoe, Police Officer Geary, Officer Reynolds also assigned to me, and everybody that helps me where I'm at today. Thank you.
We're recognizing today as a 14-year veteran, one of the smartest individuals that I know. He may go down in history as the smartest individual to ever be assigned to work within the New York City Police Department. He's very much dedicated. We recognize him as Supervisor of the Year in the rank of Lieutenant. Lieutenant Keyshawn Higley, please.
Yo, everybody, get up there.
So Lieutenant Hickman has joined the NYPD in July of 2002, where he began his career also in the 50 Precinct. From there, he moved on from there he worked in patrol and also the community policing unit. From there, he moved on to the Organized Control Bureau, where he worked as an undercover. After then, he was assigned to the 25 Precinct, and he was promoted to sergeant, where he served in the 32 Precinct, and then wound up back into the patrol bureau of the Bronx. This man is an amazing man. He holds so many degrees. He has a bachelor's degree from New York University. He has a master's degree from Seton Hall, and he's currently pursuing his doctorate degree at St. John Fisher College. He's been awarded countless times with medals and recognized for his true leadership, his professionalism, and his dedication to the 49 Precinct community. We're lucky to have him, and wherever I go, he's coming with me.
First person I really want to recognize and thank is Captain Walton for believing in us and continuing the fight to fight crime and make the 49 precinct a safer place. I also want to thank the members of my teams. I want all the people from Special Ops to stand up, and we're going to give you a round of applause because it's you guys that. Everybody from Special Ops. I'm very modest. But the community is great, and I thank you for this award. Anything that is ever needed, you guys know how to reach out to us, and that's the good thing about this community. We have an open door policy in the 4-9 where you're allowed fluid communication with the commanding officer, myself, and that's why we continue to be one of the safest precincts in the city. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'd just like to recognize a few people that are present here today. Lieutenant Jay Valentine, thank you for all that you do. Sergeant James Dunn, thank you for all that you do. Sergeant Martin Lewis, thank you for all that you do. Betty Nazario, thank you for all that you do. And I would just like to thank members of my staff, Jay Sturtevant, Police Officer Dave, expect when I was assigned to the precinct. He's been a phenomenal guy to me, a mentor. He's helped me along the way and showed me great support. Retired Captain Ben DeGoria. Please stand. For those of you that don't know, Ben was the first commanding officer in the history of the 4-9, and it's a blessing to still have him here with us. So thank you, Ben, and I look forward to seeing you Tuesday. Thank you.
There's our master of ceremonies. Well, good evening. I finally get an opportunity to speak. But I'm always the last one, so you know that you finish the coffee, eat the cake, and you know you'll be out of here in about 5 minutes. But I get the privilege of thanking the people that make everything possible. Whether certain people donate to the council, donate to our charities. Certain people donate their time and their energy, like all of our civic organizations that donate countless hours. Morris Park, Van Nest, on and on. People that are dedicated to making this a great community. And we do work hand in hand with the police. And that's why we're so strong. But not just us. I spent a little bit of time in the 4-7. And I spend time in the 4-7 because it goes back to the old theory. You may have the safest house, but it may not be on the safest block. You may have the safest block, but it may not be in the safest neighborhood. We may have the greatest precinct, and I think we do, in the Bronx, but we are also bordered by other precincts. And I think people like 4-7 are doing a great job of building their precinct up. And to be encouraged every step of the way, because they are our neighbors. We look for a safe Bronx, not a safe street, not a safe house. We look for a safe Bronx. Anyway, I want to thank those people again, and I want to thank the people in the street, the people that spend their time day in and day out. So I want a nice big hand for all the police officers in here. Now I need a nice hand for all the auxiliary police officers in here. You're all keeping us safe. Now, I have two people to honor. And I'm very pleased to be able to do that. We have a business person, Fellowship of the Year, and we have a civilian with the Tom Twyman Citizenship Award. And I'll do the Tom Twyman Award first, because it is a deep and a dear friend of mine. It's somebody that I've watched work for the last 20 years. She's the queen of Lighting Avenue. And she's on top of her neighbors. She's on top of her neighborhood. She will paint the mailbox. She will paint the graffiti off the gates. And more importantly, she will be there to talk to the captain. There's a problem. People are hanging out in their neighborhood. They're doing suspicious activity. She's the first one to walk down there, talk to the police, talk to the captain, and get the situations corrected. She's a wonderful person. She has been leading the Pelham Parkway Community Association since its beginning. She's one of the founders and its leader. Recently, she's retired, very recently. But the job she did is a job that she can be well proud of. Her kids are here. One of her kids stand up. One of her sons. I'll tell you how far we go back. He was in Little League with me. He was about this big, and now look at him. So we go back a long time, and none other than my good friend and a community friend and a community partner. Let's hear it for Edith Blitzer.
At this point, I don't know which way to turn. I'm honored, I'm flattered to be receiving this award. I accept this award not only on behalf of myself, but I have people that work with me and very hard. Pelham Parkway Neighborhood Association has always worked hard to keep up the quality of life in the Pelham Parkway area. I'm very happy to see that since we started our association, there are many more neighborhood and community associations. The trick to keeping our neighborhoods safe and the quality of life 100% is for all of us to work together. Together we will keep it going. Pelham Parkway, Allerton, Morris Park, Van Ness, and everybody else. We're one community. What happens to one will eventually filter down to the rest of us. My plea to you is let's work together. I am retired, Joe, but not exactly out of the picture. I have to thank my family that's sitting to my left. It's been a very rough year for us. I'd be remiss if I didn't say thank you to my husband that just passed a month ago for all the TV dinners that he ate so I can go to the meetings. For my children for being my support. God bless you all and thank you.
I only have one more award. You know, I don't know if you know Steve, but he told me before he's used to being last. Don't worry about it. But our business person of the year is someone that I met when I joined the community board about 20 years ago. And at the time, the chairperson, Dom Castori, called me in, and he said, look, we have a lot of friends in this community. And we have friends that are always there when we need them. I want you to meet one person. And that's when I was introduced to Steve Squitieri. And all I can say is this. We don't need a long story. Steve came up the hard way. He built his businesses, but more importantly, he was always there to give back. His businesses employ hundreds of Bronzans. If you have a problem, the lights aren't working. Well, we don't have lights. But he's always there. Now, you may not see his name because he doesn't go around and advertise what he does. If you don't know him, you probably don't know the good things that he's accomplished. But I am so proud to say Steve Squitieri is our Business Fellow of the Year. Steve.
First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for coming. My son Stephen here, my niece Krista, my cousin Joe Galito, his son Joe, actually my cousin Joe. Louder? Is that better? I would like to thank 49th Precinct, Morris Park Association. I mean, these guys do a great job. Got his name? Joe Thompson. Joe Thompson, Sylvia Mazzella.
Everybody else's.
John Morano. These guys work hard every day for this thing. They really do. And they deserve to get the award. The Al, D'Angelo, wherever you are, right here, Cinderella, these guys are out there every day with the corner, taking care of this neighborhood. I just want to thank everybody for coming again. And one more thing. Jonathan Straw and the rest of these guys made this neighborhood what it is today.
Okay, we got two other little things to do, and we're going to be out of here. But first, I want you to know that our longtime master of ceremony is here, and he's enjoying it. He's enjoying his retirement, and that's former detective, or always a detective, Vicky Piero. I think I saw Officer Chris Trauma somewhere before. I guess he's gone, but, oh, there he is. Officer Chris Trauma. And Ben DiGregorio. Ben was the first captain here. When I first started doing the council, Ben looked so much older. Now we look about the same age. Anyway, I do want to do one thing before I cut off. We lost some people this year. We lost some people that we've known for most of our lives in this community. I think most of you know this in remembrance to Blanche Rifkin. And I think most of you know who Blanche Rifkin was. We lost her this year. I think she was 98 years old. I saw her last year taking clothes to people in need with a little push cart. That's the type of person Blanche was. You look at Bronx House, you'll see that she's got the first name on the plaque. We lost her this year. We lost our chairperson from Chester Civic, Gene Totoro. Gene had made many friends. He started Chester Civic, and he stayed with Chester Civic until, of course, we lost him this year. Also a member of the community board, but more importantly, if you ever spoke to him, he was a frank person, and you could learn a lot from him. We lost Joe Garafola. Now, Joe, if you're a veteran, if you're a Marine, or Army, or Navy, everybody knew Joe. He had the museum at the funeral home. But every year, Joe was the guy who would make sure that we honored all of our military people. He made sure that he was there Memorial Day. He made sure he was at 108 and 83. But that's the kind of person Joe was. We got to learn to love him. You should go by and you should see his museum, because that's still there. He loved the Marines, he loved his country, and we lost him, and Joe was in his 90s. We lost Milton Schloss. Milton spent 15 years on our motor patrol, Pelham Parkway Motor Patrol. He and his wife faithfully did that, and we lost him this year. So we lost some very good people. Diane D'Ambrosio, who worked very hard with senior people. So keep her in mind. Let's have a prayer also for her. There are other people that we've lost, that you've lost, and maybe we don't know all their names. But these were good people. These were community people. These were the kind of people that made our community what it is today and keeps it strong. So if you lost one of those types of people, this is the type of person you lost. And they will be remembered. That's about it, except I want to introduce again Dave Lepore, who's walking in Vic DiPiero's shoes. Dave, come on up. This is his first year. He's done a heck of a job. And this is only one of many years that he's going to be doing this. He's a great friend. He's a great partner. We work well together, of course, with Jay Sturdivant, Detective Jay Sturdivant. But we all work together, and that's the way we get the job done. So Dave, you'll see him a lot. He's done a lot. He really has done a lot in the short time that he's at this position. And I'm very, very pleased that he's here. I miss Vic because we were together for 10 or 12 years, but I'm glad Dave is here too. Dave, thank you. And that about ends our day. It is our ceremony. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Edith. Thank the PD. And thank our elected officials. Can I have